Hello, everyone. Happy Earth Day. It's Monday, April 22nd. We're also getting the state of the climate that came out. Now, it's the European state of the climate, technically. Yes, they focus on Europe, but they also focus on the planet and even the Arctic. And there's a lot of specific graphics that you can go find yourself to deal with all of this. But just focusing on really the first and foremost one that's talked about the most is temperatures and temperature anomalies. An anomaly just means how far away from normal is this. And as you can see, while the whole planet pretty much was pretty significantly warm in 2023, and that's why it went down as the warmest year ever recorded. Here's the surface temperature anomalies. And one thing to note here is when you get into the darkest of the reds right there, that is the warmest ever recorded. So please keep that in mind, that there is a large chunk of the planet here that has had the warmest year that was ever recorded. But let's break it down even further, right? Do you remember what was happening in the first part of 2023? That was La Nina. That's like a global cooling pattern here, influenced by, of course, the cooler waters in the Pacific. That's why this doesn't look as extreme. But let's look at the second half of the year from June to December and look at that. That is preposterous. I mean, that is absolutely bonkers. That is a large portion of the planet that had its warmest year ever recorded. But I want you to look over at the Atlantic Ocean and just how big of a chunk of the Atlantic was the warmest ever recorded as well. That is playing a lot into temperature patterns and things like that. So here's a different form of frame. You can see the blue highlighted area below the title is 1850 to 1900. So this is referencing the pre-industrial temperatures when we use them as an average compared to what we have seen the last several years. And right up here, I know it stops at 2010 before my picture blocks it, but that goes up to 2023, which again, the warmest year ever recorded, just behind 2016. And the 5 warmest years ever recorded have all been since 2016. So, there's definitely a pattern here, right? Now, like I said, we take the most recent 30-year averages as well. So from 1991 to 2020, which is the most recent 30-year chunk, look how far above average we still are. This is warming at a really unprecedented rate. And the more that we keep dumping CO2 and methane and all these other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, this is going to continue. And that's why green energy really needs to take hold, and we need to set aside coal and fossil fuels. And that is not a political statement. That is just fact. When we're looking at what is being caused by burning these and putting all that carbon back up into the atmosphere. So I will be breaking this down in a lot more detail coming up in further videos, because there is a lot that came out in this assessment, and it's very important to know where things stand and where we can potentially go. And yes, there is some good news that comes in with all of this as well, especially with the green energy revolution. So make sure you subscribe and like, because I will be posting videos about this likely for days, if not a couple of weeks to come. And don't forget, please subscribe to my channel. The more followers I get, the more people that will get this information. And I'm hoping that I am breaking it down in kind of an easy to understand way for everybody. And again, this is really important no matter who you are, what side of the aisle you're on, what country you're in. We're all literally in this together. We all breathe out of the same atmosphere, and we are all going to be feeling the effects of climate change even more so than we have been already. So please subscribe. There's videos that are on both sides of that subscribe button that you can watch for more information, and we will keep these videos coming as more information comes out. And trust me, more information is going to come out.